Bad news for Craig Wright, the man who claims to be Satoshi Nakamoto, or should I say one of the many people who have claimed to be Satoshi Nakamoto. We have an article from Watcher Guru that highlights more details on the new court case ruling, and I will share my thoughts and my opinions at the end of this video. This article is linked down in the description below. With that being said, let's go ahead and dive right on into the news. Self-proclaimed Bitcoin creator Craig Wright loses copyright claim in the United Kingdom's court. The self-proclaimed creator of Bitcoin, Craig Wright, has lost his recent copyright claim in a UK court. Wright has argued that variants on the Bitcoin creation, such as Bitcoin Cash, breach his intellectual property rights, according to a CoinDesk report. The UK judge presiding over the case has found that the file format of Bitcoin Cash is protected by copyright. Subsequently, the ruling goes against the self-proclaimed inventor of the world's most popular cryptocurrency. Bitcoin creator still a mystery. Craig Wright is a name that still may be foreign to some, but he is the self-professed creator of Bitcoin. CoinDesk notes that Wright claims to be the entity responsible for the 2008 Bitcoin white paper under the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. Wright recently filed a copyright claim seeking to block the operation of Bitcoin BTC and Bitcoin Cash BCH as they breach his intellectual property rights. Judge James Mellor, who presided over the case, ruled against Wright's claims on Tuesday. Mellor stated that the file format of Bitcoin cannot be treated as literary work because Wright has failed to show, quote, how they were first recorded. A file format is the sequence of a header and a list of transactions that work to format a block, and Wright's inability to pass a test in copyright law known as fixation sealed the verdict. Quote, I do not see any prospect of the law as currently stated and understood in the case law allowing copyright protection of subject matter which is not pressed or fixed anywhere, Mellor stated. Quote, it remains the case that no relevant work has been identified containing content which defines the structure of the Bitcoin file format, Mellor concluded. Additionally, CoinDesk notes that, quote, claims concerning copyright to the 2008 white paper and whether Wright is really the author will be subject of later rulings, according to the judge. Okay, my thoughts on this. There has been no credible evidence that Craig Wright is Satoshi Nakamoto. In fact, there's been counter evidence. For example, the hash rate. There's been claims by Craig Wright that during the early days of Bitcoin and its mining processes, that he had acquired a specific amount of Bitcoin. The problem with that, people did some investigations and they came to the conclusion that with the hash rate during that time period that Craig Wright claimed to have acquired X amount of Bitcoin, it was physically impossible to be able to acquire that amount of Bitcoin with that. It was not possible. Not to mention that Craig Wright, also known as the creator of BSV, Bitcoin Satoshi Vision, where he claims that, oh, Bitcoin wasn't my final end goal. It's actually BSV. That's a fork off of a fork. If I remember correctly, I believe it's a fork off of Bitcoin Cash. And here he is, this man who continuously goes to court. Where is he getting the money to be able to handle all of these court fees and fines, whatever else that's going on? The only thing I can really think of is that he keeps milking people by trying to pitch the idea that BSV is his true thing, and he's probably taking profits off the back end from that, and then he's using that to keep pushing this agenda. And the longer he keeps going to court, the more people will keep thinking that it's actually him, even though he keeps losing in court. Another thing, too, was that there was a carrier. So he said, oh, there's a digital carrier that's going to be releasing in, I think it was 2019 or 2020, maybe it was 2021, the private keys, a whole bunch of private keys that would prove that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. And you know what came? Nothing. Nothing came. He had public keys presented to the court. Said, hey, take a look. Look at all these wallet addresses. If you add up all of these wallet addresses, then it equates to the amount of Bitcoin that's being claimed that Satoshi Nakamoto has. There's a big problem with this, though, because, for one, he didn't have the private keys to those, so he can't actually get access to them. Two, people tell him, all right, if you're Satoshi Nakamoto, the easiest way to prove this is to move any of the Bitcoin. Any of it. Transfer it from one wallet to another. $5 worth, $10 worth, whatever. You want to prove that that's you, then move the Bitcoin. You're supposed to have access to it, right? You're claiming that these are yours. Why aren't you moving it? Because you can't. Because they're not actually yours. Now here's another thing. We'll take it one step further, guys. One of the wallets that he had included on that long list that he said, this proves that I am Satoshi Nakamoto. It was just random wallet addresses. One of those wallet addresses ended up transferring some Bitcoin and had an encrypted message after this was reported to the court. These are my addresses. One of those wallet addresses moved it. And you know what the message said? It said that Craig Wright is a liar. So you tell me, how can he be Satoshi Nakamoto when he claims that these wallets prove that he is indeed Satoshi Nakamoto, but then a message in crypto is moved from one of those wallets that he claims is his that directly says that he's lying? So what, he sent a message himself claiming that he's a liar? Why would he send his own message claiming that he's lying when he's taking this stuff to court and he's trying to win in court? It's just stupid. Anyone tries to rationalize that, it's just pure, unadulterated stupidity. And the fact that this guy just keeps going to court over and over and over and over and over and over and over again over these years, he's jeopardizing the entire system. If some court was to humor him on this and actually do a verdict ruling saying that, like, you are Satoshi Nakamoto because I don't understand crypto, and based on what you said, I guess it makes sense to me. If something like that was to happen, think about how that could potentially have a rippling effect across the board with decision making on regulations and stuff. This guy just doesn't seem like he genuinely cares. You watch interviews, you see his demeanor. He's a very smug, egotistical narcissist. And what he's doing here, he is trying to manipulate the public into a certain perspective view that just has been, from the facts, been shown repeatedly that what he is trying to define is not true. That he is Craig Wright, that is false. So I don't know what's going to happen with some of these other court hearings. Again, I'm not the judge. I'm not the one making the verdict. But if you look at this guy's history on this stuff, it's absolutely abysmal. This guy comes across as a significant fraud, and the amount of people that continue to buy into his... It's stupid. Let us know what you guys think about this down in the comments below. I mean, I just went on a rant sharing my own opinion, but maybe you have a different point of view somehow. So, yeah, feel free to share that if you guys want. Or if you agree with me, then you could also share your details, your thoughts and your opinions on that down in the comments there too. And besides that, guys, I have a little video I did. I was actually able to pay for my real world bills with cryptocurrency, and that was through Spritz Finance. So if you use my referral link, you can get a nice little bonus to be able to get started with that. You can find a link to my video where I show you guys me doing it. I paid with BNB, but you can pay with a variety of other cryptocurrencies. It's super quick. It's super easy. I was legitimately shocked, and I feel like this is definitely paving the way for adoption of crypto in general in the future. And you guys may find it to be very useful yourselves. So if you want to check that out, the link's down in the description below. That's what I got for you guys. Thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Double shout out thank you to WeLoveSafeMoon.com, Victor Vegas, SafeMoon Oz for being higher level patrons. And thank you to my YouTube members for your support. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. God bless, and we will see you in the next episode.